Ghana turns down South African presidential visit amid xenophobia concerns. Could this be the beginning of an end of long-standing relations between both countries? Flood victims in Accra yet to recover from their losses, with many still traumatized a week after the devastation. Ashanti Regional Minister commends Zoomlion for waste management efforts despite the government terminating aspects of its contractual agreements. This and many more coming up in our bulletins. Welcome back, and these are the details. Government has declined a planned state visit by South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, citing concerns over the killing of a Ghanaian national and reported xenophobic attacks targeting Ghanaians in South Africa. The decision follows the death of 40-year-old Bashiru Isaac, who Ghanaian authorities say was killed during demonstrations linked to renewed attacks against foreign nationals in South Africa on June 30th, 2026. President Ramaphosa was expected to visit Ghana in the first week of August, providing an opportunity for both countries to strengthen bilateral relations and discuss measures to address concerns over attacking or the attacks targeting foreign nationals. But government sources indicated the decision was taken amid growing concerns over the safety of Ghanaians living in South Africa and the need for urgent measures to address reported incidents of violence against foreign nationals. And a week after flood ravaged parts of Accra, many affected residents are still struggling to recover. While some relief items have been distributed, concerns remain over how they were shared. Our team visited Okankwei South and its surrounding communities to hear from flood victims. It's been a week since the flood hit some parts of Accra, and we're here at Okankwei South, Aveno to be precise, to talk to the flood victims.
Some residents say they received relief items, including rice, cooking oil and mattresses. However, they claim the distribution targeted mainly people aged 60 and above, even though the floods affected people of all ages. Others also allege that the distribution was done along partisan lines, leaving some affected households without support. They are calling on authorities to ensure relief reaches everyone based on need.
Let me quickly speak to one of the victims, who happens to be Samuel Quay.
My everything, my machines, my PCs, my computers are all damaged. I haven't seen nothing. The MP and the assemblyman and the mayor, they came here, that was last 3 days. But they haven't done nothing for Kwadjoma. We have three, I don't know here, we have three. We have Kwadjoma, we have Mamomo, and we have Otating. But nothing happened in Kwadjoma here. They have to come and help us because we lost our items to do our work. So they have to come and help us because we haven't seen anything at all.
It's 50, maybe no 50. One of the stone. Bokomi elenga. One of fiano. One of fiano 50. No water share. One of what bet no kono koya. Mr. Mini bataleni of 50. No way bane. One akomokoe. Mattress kaja akaja 60 years. Kaja mattress akaja 60 years. Ni mini nyene na 55. Akendo kono kofiteko. She 60 years. Ni BFT. Nyele kwenye ba na bola. Ni mabie. Bola ni mabie na baba lu. Wana wa mokeja ekwe. Kaba mamumo. Kaba mamumo. Kaba mamumo.
Beyond the relief items, residents say their biggest concerns are fumigation and healthcare. They fear stagnant water and waste could lead to disease outbreaks and are appealing for immediate fumigation of the affected communities. They are also calling for medical outreach, saying some residents are already experiencing flood-related health challenges.
Right now I'm sick. Yesterday I went and bought medicine, 55 cedis.
Okay.
Right now I don't have money. The money, you have to spray the area. The children too are sick. Seriously, the children are sick. Obviously they don't go to school. You don't have right now, the children don't have dressed well. We the mothers, some more sleepers, I went and take it. If somebody remove it,
Then
well, yes. We want the government should help us, and the assemblies, the MPs. Okay. If some people have help too, they should come and help us.
We have been experiencing mosquitoes and also bed bugs and that kind of stuff. And we also need some spraying and that kind of stuff in the gutter and that kind of stuff. Most of the kids too are vomiting and also they are going to diarrhea and that kind of stuff. So we also need more medications to help us in that kind of manner. Health is the most important thing for us. Secondly, the bed that we can sleep on it, and then also the food that we can also get to move on with our life.
Every day I take medicine. 50 Ghana, 40 Ghana. This morning I go the drugstore. We should forgive this doctor to come and check.
So if your health will...
Yes.
As families continue to rebuild, residents hope authorities will respond to these immediate concerns while working on lasting solutions to reduce the impact of future flooding.
Let's turn our attention now to the president of the Institution of Engineering and Technology, Engineer Wanda Davo. He has called for drainage infrastructure in the country to be expanded, illegal structures removed, and wetlands protected as part of measures to curb perennial floods in the country. He said if regulations are not strictly enforced, flooding will remain a recurring threat to lives and property in the country.
Is resulting into climate change. And then the second one is about urbanization. The urbanization bet is where we have to pay much attention, which means that when you are urbanizing, when we are increasing in population, you need to design, you need to plan the area such that you will be able to cater for the flow that will be coming. Because if you are in a rural area and it rains, the permeability of water is very high. Okay. And so when you are in urban settlement, the place is cleared. Sometimes people even concrete the surface, and so the water doesn't percolate.
And in the area of sanitation, the Ashanti Regional Minister, Dr. Frank Amoako-Hene, says while government has terminated some contracts with Zoomlion Ghana Limited, the waste management company has been very supportive in managing waste in the region. He said Zoomlion has been instrumental in keeping Ashanti region clean. He was speaking on the sidelines of a cleanup exercise in Kumasi.
Sanitation remains a major public concern in Ghana's Ashanti region, with authorities intensifying effort to improve waste management, enforce sanitation regulations, and reduce environmental health risks. Recent reports indicate that city authorities have deployed additional sanitation inspectors and announced stricter penalties for residents and businesses that violate sanitation bylaws. Despite these interventions, sanitation experts maintain that significant sanitation challenges remain, including inadequate waste collection, illegal dumping, poor drainage systems, and insufficient funding for municipal waste management. Some local governance experts have attributed the poor waste management situation in the entire country to the cancellation of Zoomlion Ghana Limited's contracts in the Ashanti region. However, Zoomlion Ghana is making a mark. The Ashanti Regional Minister, Dr. Frank Amoako-Hene, says although some contracts of the company has been cancelled, the waste management giant has been instrumental in helping to keep the region clean.
Most definitely with collection and these exercises, they helped us with equipments and vehicles that are helping us because when we remove them on the bank, we need to send them to the final disposal site. With some of the fumigation activities too, they are in charge and they are still helping us. With the management of final disposal site too, they are still helping us. The contract that was taken off is the sweeping of the stations, the community centers and all. That is what has been reverted back to the district assemblies. But I mean, that notwithstanding, they've been a good partner so far as these exercises are concerned.
The Kumasi Metropolitan Chief Executive Richard Ofori Achimang Bwedi adds that Zoomlion Ghana Limited is currently being engaged to manage the Kumasi landfill site, which is full beyond capacity.
The landfill site is extremely full beyond its capacity. Thankfully, we have had engagement with Zoomlion at KCAP. We have had very fruitful discussions, and so in the coming weeks I can say with confidence that Zoomlion is coming to our aid and will help us to manage our final
He believes the city is performing way better in sanitation efforts than other cities in the country, highlighting the collaboration with NADMO, Zoomlion and other agencies as contributory factors to this achievement.
As far as me are concerned, if he what I say, how near consider
we are performing way better in waste management than Accra. I visited part of Accra when the flood occurred and realized they have it worse. Although we have some challenges, we are working with partners like Zoomlion Ghana Limited, NADMO, and other institutions to address them. In the wake of the annual rainy season, Ghana is experiencing severe flooding, especially in the capital city, further exposing our inability to deal with waste decisively. For the Ashanti region, a collaborative effort between local government, the regional minister, Dr. Frank Amwakohene, Zoomlion Ghana Limited, is helping to improve the sanitation situation in the region.
And there is more on sanitation as President John Dramani Mahama has declared Friday, July 10th and Saturday, July 11th as National General Cleaning Days in the 7 regions affected by the June 29th floods. The exercise is aimed at improving sanitation, reducing the risk of future flooding and supporting recovery efforts after the disaster, which claimed about 13 lives and affected more than 7,000 households.
John Dramani Mahama has declared Friday, July 10 and Saturday, July 11 as National General Cleaning Days in the 7 regions affected by the June 29 floods. The exercise, organized by the Post-Flood Mitigation Committee under the theme, Our Actions, Our Future, Cleaning Ghana After the Floods, seeks to mobilize citizens to clean their communities and help prevent future flooding. Government spokesperson Felix Kwatiofosu says the cleanup is a critical national intervention and has urged all Ghanaians to take part. President Mahama has also directed all government appointees, including ministers, members of parliament, MMDCs, chief executive officers of state institutions and heads of public institutions to leave their offices and personally lead cleanup activities in their communities. The exercise will be conducted in phases. On Friday, personnel from the security services, metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies, together with the waste management companies, will begin the operation. Members of the public will join the nationwide cleanup on Saturday. Activities will include desilting choked drains, clearing sand, weeds and debris from roads and highways, and cleaning markets, lorry parks, recreational parks and communal waste collection points to improve drainage and reduce the risk of future flooding.
And away from that, residents and drivers in the North Day districts of the Volta region have raised concerns over the abandoned rehabilitation of the Wadamaxi and Wusata roads months after a sword-cutting ceremony was held to commence the project. According to them, more than 6 months after work was officially launched, no significant progress has been made. Instead, sections of the road have been dug up and left unattended, creating what they describe as death traps for motorists and pedestrians.
The Member of Parliament for North Day, Joycelyn Kwashi, together with officials of the Ghana Highways Authority, cut the sword for the rehabilitation of about 16 kilometers of roads. The project was expected to improve transportation, reduce travel time, and ease the cost of conveying foodstuff from farming communities to Anfoga markets and other nearby towns. However, residents say that since the sword-cutting ceremony, little or no work has been carried out. They explain that parts of the roads have been excavated, dug up and left unattended, creating what they describe as death traps for motorists and pedestrians. Farmers also complain that poor state of the roads has increased the cost of transporting their produce to market, affecting their livelihoods. The residents and drivers are therefore appealing to the authorities, particularly the Member of Parliament, to intervene and ensure that the contractor returns to site to complete the project.
We are not seeing any improvement. We are rather seeing deterioration of this road. Those children who ply this road to school, The gutter you see over there, there was a day a motor was passing by. You know, the holes have been dug right at the middle of the road. So the children have no place to go. It is raining. So when one of the children were trying to dodge a cruising motorbike, she nearly fell into this gutter. I don't want to call this a bridge. This is a complete gutter or a manhole being dug at the middle of the road.
We have a lot of damages in the road which can cause a death trap. And actually what is going on right now on the road, I may say is death trap, because when we get to the front, we see a lot of death trap on the road.
I'm a victim of what is going on now. My house is flooded right now because of the nature of the road. Honestly speaking, I would say he came and deceived us, because cutting sword means that you promise us to work on the road for us. And working on the road means that we are in favor, or we are happy that there is a development going on.
And residents along the Ziave Chome Afedo Amfonta road in the whole West District of the Volta region have commended the government for the ongoing rehabilitation of the 16-kilometer road serving the farming communities. The road, which had been neglected for years, is now undergoing major rehabilitation works, and drivers and other road users are already experiencing relief as travel time on the route has been significantly reduced, making it easier to transport farm produce to markets.
For decades, the Ziave Chome Afedo Amfonta road has posed a major challenge to residents who depend on it for their daily activities. The poor condition of the road forced many commuters to use alternative routes through Jolupita and other neighboring communities, resulting in longer travel times and increased transportation costs. These challenges are gradually becoming a thing of the past, following the government's decision to award and commence the rehabilitation of the 16-kilometer stretch linking Ziave Chome Afedo and Amfonta. The project, which is being financed by the government of Ghana, is expected to improve transportation, facilitate trade, enhance agricultural productivity, and strengthen socio-economic development in the beneficiary communities upon completion. Some residents who recounted the difficulties they endured due to the poor state of the road expressed appreciation to the government for responding to their concerns.
I use this road all the time, from Ziave through Amfonta. It has been very difficult to travel on this road, and we suffered a lot because of its poor condition. A lot of foodstuffs are transported from this area to our markets, but the bad nature of the road created many challenges for us. Previously, the road was in such a bad state that many of our food crops remained unsold after harvest. However, with the contractor now working on the road, our produce will no longer spoil due to transportation challenges. We cultivate a variety of crops, including plantain, bananas, yam, and many other food products, which are sold in the market. The income we earn from these sales helps us meet our daily needs. Unfortunately, because of the poor condition of the road, vehicles were often unwilling to come to our communities to transport our produce to the markets.
This road is starting all the way from Ziave and ending at Amfonta, about 16 kilometers distance. The duration for this project is 12 months. However, we are hoping to complete it within 7 months. There are a few constraints on the road. The rain has been an issue. There are a few bad spots which need to be taken care of. Rocks, giving rocks so that it stabilizes the situation, and then hopefully by 7 months time we should be able to finish with the bitumen wells and everything.
Let's turn our attention now to the Executive Director of the Jatike Center for Human Security and Peace Building, Adib Sani, who has called on the Minister of Interior to reverse its decision to revoke all gun licenses in the country. He made the call during a press conference in Accra on 6th July 2026.
Mohamed Mubarak, who announced the revocation, said it followed a worrying rise in suicides involving legally registered firearms, an incident in which licensed weapons had been used for criminal activities. Adib Sani, however, believes that instead of targeting licensed gun owners, government must take decisive steps to deal with the proliferation of small arms and light weapons in the country. He argued that licensed firearms are traceable and can be regulated, adding the real threat comes from illicit weapons, fueling crime and communal conflict.
Basically, we are calling on the minister to suspend his decision to revoke, engage more, especially with civil society, so we can have a clearly defined operational protocol to implement this successfully.
He noted that Ghana's current security challenges require institutional preparedness.
There's the need for institutional preparedness because according to the minister, now before you obtain a license, you have to learn how to shoot at the Tesano shooting range. You would need to go through mental health check, drug tests and all that. We support it. However, the institutions supposed to do so, I don't think are prepared. After engaging them, we have come to a certain realization. So we think that the minister has been hasty in his approach to this issue.
He also called for the passage of a new arms bill.
So we are calling for the passing of the new arms bill, which we were part of drafting and review. When we are able to pass that law, it addresses most of these issues so that we would wait, engage stakeholders, engage in massive public campaign, education, so that when the licenses, current licenses expire on the 31st of December at 11:59 p.m., then we now bring into effect the new regime.
The Jatike Center said it will continue to engage government and stakeholders on policies that balance public safety with the rights of citizens.
And in education, senior lecturer at the Central University, Dr. Charles Oredu, said Ghana's education system must make a fundamental shift from theory-based learning to practical education that solves real problems. According to him, aligning the school curriculum with industry needs, entrepreneurship, and innovation is key to Africa's transformation.
Dr. Charles Oredu made the call during the launch of a book titled Africa Beware, held in Accra. He said students leaving schools in recent times are unable to find jobs due to the lack of skill and practice.
The kind of education we have in this country is all about taking it in, chewing and pouring and all those things. So the application aspect is absent. We have to be able to study in school and apply whatever we study, right, to the situations that we find ourselves in and solve the problems that we find ourselves in. And this comes through reading all the time, reading and reading and reading. Unfortunately, we have not been taught how to read and extract information from whatever we've read in order to develop ourselves. And that is what is very wrong.
Also speaking at the event, author and educationist Reverend Smith Echampong Bilderman called on Ghanaians to hold members of parliament and district assemblies accountable.
And I have this problem. I hear a lot of times in the news, whenever there's a problem, let's say there's this flood that happened recently, and then people are complaining, government should come and help us. Government should come and help us. What can the government do? The government is only supposed to steer the affairs and guide. But we are supposed to take our own lives into our own hands and take care of ourselves. It is only when we start taking care of ourselves in our communities that will put the MPs and the district assemblies and the government appointees to work.
He noted that the book Africa Beware is intended to serve as a wake-up call for leaders, educators, and citizens to take responsibility for the continent's progress.
And in the matters of mental health, the president of the Pharmaceutical Importers Association and Wholesalers Association of Ghana, Dr. William Adum has called for sustained mental health education to encourage people to seek help without fear of stigma or discrimination.
During the Abri Girls Senior High School Health Education Seminar organized by Abri Girls Old Girls Association 2001 in collaboration with PIWA, Dr. Adumado stressed the need for open conversations on mental health. He noted that misconceptions about mental health persists due to inadequate education, cultural beliefs and misinformation.
Is that because of our traditional beliefs and also lack of education on mental health? Because we don't know, we all assume certain things, but when the knowledge comes, the thinking changes. That is why it's very important to continually do the mental health education throughout the whole society, not even just the school.
Addressing drug abuse, Dr. Yenusom Maluk, Pantan Hospital Director, disclosed that following the seminar, several students approached the facilitators for counseling and support, highlighting the growing need for mental health services in schools.
A lot of them came and wanted to have an interaction with me. Most of the things that is very confidential, but these are people who really need help and need to be on medications in some cases. So we've got to do a lot. I recommend that Minister of Education, Ghana Education Service, should make sure that we have more counselors and more school psychologists at our various basic schools.
The assistant headmistress of Abri Girls Senior High School commended the organizers, describing the seminar as timely and beneficial to students.
Talking about them, especially as students, talking about drug addiction, talking about the violence and social life among students, I think is very relevant. It's been very helpful.
Some students who participated in the program also shared their experiences with the media, expressing appreciation for the opportunity to learn about mental health and drug abuse.
Let's turn our attention now to the Accra High Court, as they have scheduled Friday, July 10th, to hear a habeas corpus application filed on behalf of the former National Food Buffer Stock Company CEO, Hanan Abdul Wahab Alu-Diba. The application seeks to challenge the legality of his continued detention.
Next Friday, July 10, for the hearing of a habeas corpus application filed on behalf of former National Food Buffer Stock Company Chief Executive Officer Hanan Abdul Wahab Alu-Diba. His lawyer Godfred Yeboadame says the hearing date is too far away given the circumstances and has indicated that the defense will apply for an earlier hearing. According to Godfred Yeboadame, his client's continued detention without access to legal counsel raises serious human rights concerns. He also questioned the legal basis for Hanan's detention, stating that the authorities have neither charged him before a court nor filed any application to justify keeping him in custody. According to him, this suggests there was no lawful basis for preventing his clients from traveling and that attempts to stop the execution of the court order were unjustified.
And away from that, President of the Chartered Institute of Marketing Ghana, Michael Abiu, has called on marketing professionals to actively integrate artificial intelligence into their work to improve sales performance and remain competitive. Speaking at the 35th Annual General Meeting of CIMG in Accra, Michael Abiu said the rapid advancement of technology has changed how consumers make buying decisions, adding marketers who fail to adapt risk being left behind.
Anybody that understands the AI environment would have seen that it has been an enabler. Organizations that are adopting AI and AI systems are improving their outputs, are improving what they ought to do. And basically, if you take us as a market, as a profession, one of the key things for marketing decisions is marketing intelligence, data, analytics. And that is one of the things AI is helping us do. Now, people can take decisions not based on what I feel, what I thought, what I read somewhere, but on real data. And AI is helping us have that data live. Now AI is also helping us be able to provide effective service to our customers, and so I believe that AI and all its agents that we are developing today is enabling us to be able to deliver effective service to customers and make consumers happy. Just imagine what AI is doing in terms of letting you receive service updates on your service or your product within just a press of a button. And I was just telling some few friends earlier that I was in Atlanta, where now we are developing AI systems that can help organizations sell. What it does is that it helps reduce cost for salespeople, to augment existing salespeople, and the AI becomes what we call a lead generation tool for salespeople to be able to sell effectively. One major issue people have is knowing who to sell to, when to sell to the people, and AI is providing that guidance. And so for me, as the president of the Chartered Institute of Marketing Ghana, I think AI is something that every marketer must embrace, and it is coming to rather promote us and expand our marketing profession.
And as part of activities marking the bicentenary celebration of the Ojra Festival of the People of Akuapem, the Konti Division has staged a historical reenactment to highlight the pivotal role in the Akatamanso War fought between the Ashanti Kingdom and the coalition of southern states, including the Akuapem, Ga Adangbe, Fanti, and their European allies, notably the Dutch and Danes.
Performed by the Ibibigoma Theatre Company of the University of Ghana vividly portrayed the significant role played by the Konti Division of the Akuapem traditional area during the Akatamanso War, which ultimately supported the victory of Akuapem and its allies. Speaking at the event, the Akuapem Kontihini Osahin Boafo Ansa called on the people of Akuapem to seek the secret which helped their forefathers to be able to live in unity, love, selflessness and commitment to duty.
The Kontihene Osahene Boafo Ansa charged the people of Akuapem to emulate the dedicated selflessness and the sacrificial spirit of their forefathers, which has brought Akuapem to this far.
The chairman of the occasion, Nana Isiedu Ofei, called on the people of Akuapem to reflect on the 200 years of Ojra and evaluate its success.
And so never so attitude to the Babylon. And if you have been the idea of the other two, no one of us, and then you can hold. Because at the moment now, we should be also at until when you fear.
And that's it for the news update. My name is Nana Kwesikwitia. Good afternoon, Ghana. We're bringing you more after the break.
Pulse of a nation, rising, unshaken. When the Black Stars take the world stage, we don't just play, we bring the storm. Fuel the dream. Support the Black Stars. Storm Energy Drink. Make your mark. Excessive drinking can be detrimental to health. Not recommended for persons under 18 years, lactating mothers, pregnant women, and people sensitive to caffeine. This advert is FDA approved.
Are you a headmaster, headmistress,
parent, teacher, or an educator looking for high-quality textbooks for preschool, primary, and junior high school students, look no further than Advocate Publishing Company. Advocate Publishing Company is a leading publisher of educational materials in Ghana that publishes very engaging, interactive, and comprehensive textbooks that meet the needs of students, teachers, and parents. Our textbooks are thoroughly published to make learning fun and easy. They are also designed to stimulate critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity in students. Make Advocate Publishing your preferred choice for all your educational needs. Explore our range of textbooks and educational resources. Visit us at the old GNTC yard near Kingsway, Accra. You can contact us on 0503 786 776 or 02408 06354, also 0531 600 360, and connect with us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at Advo Publishing. Don't settle for less. Choose the best. Advocate Publishing Company, empowering young minds one textbook at a time. Thinking publishing, think Advocate Publishing.
As the days come and go, there's always shit. Let colleagues explore all the planetary bodies. Our mission is in Uranus to treat hemorrhoids, anal fistula, anal fissure, anal incontinence, hidradenitis suppurativa, using laser ligature for pain-free and speedy recovery. On Uranus Street, Accra, is Main Tuber Hospital and Coloproctology Center. Trust Uranus with us and we will delight you. Visit Main Tuber Hospital today or call us on 0244 581 541.
Madam, I'm looking for Abena.
Abena, there's someone looking for you.
Madam, please, where's Abena?
Abena, yes, ma'am. Is this who you are looking for?
Madam, please get me Abena. Please.
Della. Abena, bra.
Oh, Abena. If it's not Abena rice, I can't eat any of that.
Abena rice. FDA
This July, get ready for stories that will make your heart race. From love and passion to secrets and lies that can ruin everything. Catch the sizzling episodes of Sins and Roses at 4 p.m, Domenica Monteiro at 5 p.m, Be My Sunshine at 6 p.m, and Avenida Brazil at 7 p.m, Central African Time. Only on Novelas Plus, Channel 134 on GoTV.
Sanitation remains a major public concern in Ghana's Ashanti region, with authorities intensifying effort to improve waste management, enforce sanitation regulations, and reduce environmental health risks. Recent reports indicate that city authorities have deployed additional sanitation inspectors and announced stricter penalties for residents and businesses that violate sanitation bylaws. Despite these interventions, sanitation experts maintain that significant sanitation challenges remain, including inadequate waste collection, illegal dumping, poor drainage systems, and insufficient funding for municipal waste management. Some local governance experts have attributed the poor waste management situation in the entire country to the cancellation of Zoom Lion Ghana Limited's contracts in the Ashanti region. However, Zoom Lion Ghana is making a mark. The Ashanti Regional Minister Dr. Frank Amwakohene says although some contracts of the company has been cancelled, the waste management giant has been instrumental in helping to keep the region clean.
Most definitely with collection and these exercises, they helped us with equipments and vehicles that are helping us because when we remove them on the bank, we need to send them to the final disposal site. With some of the fumigation activities too, they are in charge and they are still helping us. With the management of final disposal site too, they are still helping us. The contract that was taken off is the sweeping of the stations, the community centers and all. That is what has been reverted back to the district assemblies. But I mean, that notwithstanding, they've been a good partner so far as these exercises are concerned.
The Kumasi Metropolitan Chief Executive Richard Ofori Achimang Bwedi adds that Zumland Ghana Limited is currently being engaged to manage the Kumasi landfill site, which is full beyond capacity.
The landfill site is extremely full beyond its capacity. Thankfully, we have had engagement with Zoomlion at KCAP. We have had very fruitful discussions, and so in the coming weeks, I can say with confidence that Zoomlion is coming to our aid and will help us to manage our final.
He believes the city is performing way better in sanitation efforts than other cities in the country, highlighting the collaboration with NADMO, Zoomlion and other agencies as contributory factors to this achievement.
As far as me are concerned, if he what I say, how near consider
we are performing way better in waste management than Accra. I visited part of Accra when the flood occurred and realized they have it worse. Although we have some challenges, we are working with partners like Zoomland Ghana Limited, NADMO, and other institutions to address them. In the wake of the annual rainy season, Ghana is experiencing severe flooding, especially in the capital city, further exposing our inability to deal with waste decisively. For the Ashanti region, a collaborative effort between local government, the regional minister, Dr. Frank Amwakohene, Zoomland Ghana Limited, is helping to improve the sanitation situation in the region.
Hello there, good afternoon. Welcome to the program. Many thanks for joining us. And this is Good Afternoon Ghana. Welcome to you live from our studios here at North Region in Accra and transmitting across social media on Facebook, Metro TV Ghana, same on YouTube. And also we are live on DSTV channel 277 and 91 or 94.1 FM on radio. My name is Desmond Okreku Danso, and thank you so much for being with us today on the show. As you just saw, that was a report by my colleague Derek Adote, who was with the Zoomlion team in Kumasi as they joined the Ashanti Regional Minister, Dr. Frank Amwakohene, and the KMA to the silt and clear some gutters that have been filled with rubbish. And this goes to talk about our poor sanitation practices. But of course, for the region, the regional minister says they are doing this to mitigate any effects of the rains that would come down as are anticipated, and just in case there's any form of flood, the effect will be reduced. That's why this is ongoing. And of course, Zoomlion Ghana Limited, NADMO, and all other partners, including Dredge Masters, have been doing this for the past month in the Greater Accra region, been to several communities. I can talk about Achimota, I can talk about Weja, Alajo, and several other communities, desilting gutters, clearing, canals and all of that to make way for free flow of water when the rains are coming. This afternoon on the show, we'll be talking about that because the flood task force that has been put together from the Jubilee House has been moving around. And if you check the Jubilee House page on Facebook, it has been giving some updates on what the task force has been doing. Remember that a few days ago, there was a press briefing where we're told that the military is going to lead the exercise towards this issue of flooding as we have, and people who have built in waterways and all of that will be cleared. Now, just yesterday, on the page of the Jubilee House, we're told that the task force has inspected critical retention pond at Damfa to assess the impact of encroachment and its effect on flood control capacity. The team has also been to Oyarifa, where they've seen developments that are affecting the natural water channels and drainage patterns coming up from Ebri towards, down here, Accra. And so that's what the task force has been doing. And of course, we also, yesterday on the show, I read to you a statement that had come up that the government has declared this coming Friday and Saturday as National General Cleaning Days. And let me just remind you what it says, and then we'll be speaking to Aula Sewa, who'll be joining us very soon. So for the post-flood mitigation committee, it has been declared that 10th July, that is on Friday, and 11th July on Saturday, are National General Cleaning Days for 7 regions that were affected by the recent floods. And it breaks it down that on the 10th of July, that is on Friday, personnel from all security agencies, the metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies and waste management companies will commence the cleanup. And there's a directive here that all government appointees, including ministers of state, CEOs, members of parliament, MMDCs, heads of public institutions, must step out of their offices, pick up tools, and lead the cleanup efforts alongside members of their respective community. So on Friday, it means that we're expecting all the government agencies around the ministry's area and every other agency to step out and clean. This is the directive from government. And then on Saturday, 11th July, the general public will join the security agencies and the assemblies to scale up the exercise. And this includes the silting choked drains to ensure free, uninterrupted water flow ahead of the heavy rains, sweeping and clearing sand, wheat, and debris from major roads, streets, and highways, cleaning up public spaces, including markets, lorry parks, recreational parks, and communal waste collection points. And they say that this is a critical intervention. And so we will speak to Aula Sewa now. She joins us via Zoom for a conversation on phone, for a conversation on this. Aula Sewa, good afternoon. Thank you very much for your time here on the program. Well, we've been engaging you for a while. We've been talking about this. We saw what the rains did on the 29th of June, last week, Monday, the effects thereof. Now, the government says that, well, these 2 days, we're going to use that to clean our communities. Your initial remarks about that?
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for having me. I mean, it's all well and good. I mean, every effort that can be made is commended. But we have to look at the fundamentals. We have to look at the fundamentals. What happened on 29 June should not be a surprise. If we keep on building where we shouldn't build, we keep on building on our wetlands, on our waterways, we keep on destroying our forests, our forests that are supposed to soak up water and help in flood mitigation. We have buildings. We build on every inch of land. We don't even leave any space for the air to rotate or for the runoffs from the rain. What happened will not be a surprise. Even a 5-year-old will be able to tell you that this is what will happen if there's a heavy downpour and the rain doesn't have anywhere to go. I've talked about the wetlands. Look at the Keshi, for instance. There are so many buildings there that the water can't flow, and houses were flooded at Chiado and other places. So it's good what is being done, but better still will be to ensure that there are no structures on our wetlands, there are no structures on the waterways, and we stop destroying our forests. It's disappointing that a short while ago, parts of Dodowa forests were destroyed, allegedly to make temporary room for traders. We could have found an alternative site if we appreciate the value of forests. As we stand right now, we have the Atiwa Matters project, where we are trying to preserve the once pristine Atiwa Forest Reserve from illegal miners and what have you, because we value the forest that we have. And let me say here that Achimota Forest Reserve is the last remaining forest in the Greater Accra region. And we are also campaigning for EI 144, which declassifies parts of Achimota Forest to be repealed, because we understand the value of forests and what they do when there's heavy rainfall. So that is what I would say for now.
Even before what we saw in Accra, we had seen what happened in Semaboy and some of the adjoining communities. And I know we've been talking about Galamsey, especially been talking about governments coming hard to help curtail this menace as we have. Let's turn our attention to that situation also, and what it's done to the people in the area, and if there's anything that we can do about it.
You see, we know what to do. All we need to do is to go ahead and implement what needs to be done. You know, we have journalists like Erastus Asare Donko, who for years have been talking about what we are doing, the destruction. What happened in Samrebo is not a surprise because of what the illegal miners have been doing. We've been saying time and time again that the clock is ticking. We face an existential threat. Our forest reserves, our forests are being decimated, our farmlands poisoned, the environment destroyed, our water bodies, the chanfans on them, and nothing much seems to be done. We all know what to do, but the challenge is to actually do it. It's like we know we want to make an omelette, but we are hesitant to break the eggs. Unfortunately, if you don't break the eggs, you can't make the omelette. So what is happening, we know what to do about it. The challenge is for us to actually do it. And let me give you an example here in Accra. If you go to Cantonments, in front of plot 105, Obenesu Crescent, in Cantonments, you see a double-decker container in the gutter. Ladade Kotopo Municipal Assembly had painted in red, removed by 31st December 2025. It's now being painted over, and nothing has been done. The structure is still in the gutter. So when we have a situation where we know what gutters are for, they're not for structures. You have the structure in the gutter, the local authority knows about it, is either unable or unwilling to cause it to be removed, then how can we do more deep cutting things like removing structures from Ramsar sites? Enforcing our laws and regulations seems to be something that eludes us, something that we find very difficult to do.
But this directive from government, does it give you a belief that the government wants to tackle this issue head on?
It's a good thing, although I would say that people are being paid to keep our gutters clean. And of course, we should always ensure that people do the work they are mandated to do. So yes, it's something that can be done. But what I've said is that more importantly, if we all go and clean the rubbish, hopefully they'll not stay at the side of the road. There'll be containers to collect them. But to go into more detail, if we don't start segregating our rubbish, knowing that plastics go to one place, food waste goes somewhere else, and so on and so forth, and we keep on putting everything in one place, straight to the landfills, or as some people do in the gutters, and then periodically we clean up, I'm not quite sure we're really getting to the root of the problem. So yes, very good. What is being done is not going to cause any harm. It's good, but better still, we need to look at the factors as dustbins. There needs to be application of sanctions for those who empty their rubbish into our gutters. We need to ensure that Zoomlion gives more than one waste bin so that our waste is segregated. And more importantly, we have to clear structures from our waterways and wetlands. If we don't do that and all we do is clean the gutters, which is a very, very good thing, we'll still have the flooding. We have to continue protecting our forests. So there are many steps we need to take. Each step we take is important, but one step alone is not going to solve the problem.
Right. Now, to the issue of illegal mining, as we've been talking about that, one of the things we're looking forward to that perpetrators are brought to book. I'm sure you've been following the case against Bernard Ntwi, known as Chema Wuntumi. With all that's been happening, what are your thoughts?
Well, first of all, it's very interesting that he seems to be the only person, when I say only person, the only person of that we all know about who is being brought to justice. Professor Pempon Boateng's report was there. There were other people there. Under this administration, there are MPs and ministers who have been named as either being involved or complicit. I don't see that any of them have been brought before court. So much as we welcome Chairman Wontumi being prosecuted, much as we welcome that because it's a step in the right direction, we are a little unhappy that there are other persons some of them connected with this administration, some of them connected with the previous administration, who don't seem to be facing any consequences for the illegal mining they've been either involved in or complicit in.
So going forward for the citizenry and how we are all supposed to join in the fight against illegal mining, and of course many of us are part of the problem in terms of behavioral ways and our attitudes towards in this country, how should we integrate ourselves, our thoughts, our mindset after what we had all seen happening on Monday, the 29th of June?
You see, there's something known as leadership. We should all do the right thing, but ultimately, leaders lead. Let me give an example of Jema in the, it's gone out of my head. Jema is in the Iowin district. It's about the only community there where there's no illegal mining, where they still have their pristine rainforest and water bodies, all due to the chief, Nana Enoku II. Many of you haven't heard of him, but he is somebody who, together with Father JB, Father Dr. Joseph.
Yeah, we've definitely run that story. Our colleagues have been in the area, stayed with them.
Yes, fantastic. You've done that, but we have to learn from them. If a thief you have never heard of is able to stop, with the help of Father JB and Jaga, stop illegal mining in Jema, why is it still going on, for example, around Lake Bosom Tree, where we have chiefs we have heard of? So what we have to say is that you need leadership. If the chiefs, the political authority and the police command decide there will be no illegal mining, it will be very difficult for it to thrive. Now look at Atronsu, where the activists who were trying to protect Nana Atronsu, the only source of drinking water in the community, were charged and are being prosecuted. We've been campaigning for the charges to be dropped, and we are hoping that on the next agenda date, 17 July, the AG will formally announce that the charges have been dropped. Informally, we've heard, but it needs to be formally done. So when you have a situation where the citizenry who are fighting to protect their community, because even the Constitution enjoins all the citizens to protect their environment, are being prosecuted, while the illegal miners are walking free, what kind of message is being sent? What kind of message is being sent? Because illegal mining can easily be tackled if we all come together, but everybody must play their role, and ultimately, the leadership has the biggest role to play.
And I would, as we talk about leadership, a lot of people were concerned about the anti-flood task force that was set up by the president somewhere last year, and there were many talks about what exactly had that task force done. When the incident of 29th June happened, the Minister for Works, Housing, also mentioned that there was going to be a task force, as we're seeing now going around. And many people keep talking about always setting up committees, task force. What happened to the first one? What were they able to do? And all of that. Did you follow those conversations?
You see, like most people, I also find it frustrating. Right now, you want to hear about the setting up of committees. What you want to hear is that we've been to we've been to Pepeshi. We've removed all the illegal structures, because nobody will give you a permit to build on a wetland. If they do, they should be prosecuted. We want to hear what has been done, what is being done. We really are tired of hearing about what is going to be done, a task force that is going to be set up, task force upon task force. We want to hear that they've been to Sakumono. They have removed all the illegal structures. We recall that the regional minister began some demolitions. Then Ghanaians, the same Ghanaians who are complaining now, the same Ghanaians began to complain, you must have a heart, blah, blah, blah. Now, when their properties are being destroyed, and more importantly, the loss of life, property can be replaced, but we can't replace human life. The same Ghanaians are complaining. But government needs to be resolute. Government needs to stop just setting up committees upon committees and start doing the work they know needs to be done. We all know the problems. We don't need any committees to tell us. We need the problems. We know the problems. The challenge is the political will, the strength to go ahead and remove what needs to be removed, regardless of who it belongs to. And as I've just said, if we cannot even remove an old decker from a gutter,
Hello, Aula, we're losing you. If you can reposition yourself so we can continue with the conversation. Hello. Okay, we've lost Awula Sewa there. She was just going on about what leadership should be doing about the situations we have at hand, where many task force and committees are not always put together, but we do not see any improvements in the situations that we're fighting. As and when she comes back on, we'll definitely get to speak to her. But of course, you can share with us your thoughts on our social media handles at Metro TV Ghana. And she's back on the phone. Hello, Awula. We lost you there. You were making a point.
Good afternoon. Yes, the point I was making is that Ghanaians are getting frustrated with different committees being set up. What Ghanaians want to know is that this has been done. Some time ago, the cameras were there, I believe, at the Peshi, and some illegal structures were being removed.
Okay.
There are still a lot of them left. We need to see results and not just hearing about committees being set up. And I was going to end by saying that when we cannot even remove a double-decker container from a gutter in cantonments, one has not got much confidence in our being able to remove structures, buildings from our Ramsar sites or from our green spaces. And I'll end up by saying that every Ghanaian can help by not putting concrete all over the house, but by leaving space for the runoffs, by planting trees. All these little activities do help.
Right. Thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Awula Sewa is Executive Director for Eco-Conscious Citizens, helping us, understand or sharing her thoughts on the national cleaning exercise set for July 10-11, the issues about illegal mining and the task force and all of that. So we're getting into another conversation that started coming up from last night into today, and this time it's about diplomatic relations between Ghana and South Africa, all built around the xenophobic attacks in South Africa. Remember that Ghana had taken about 1,000 of its citizens from South Africa and brought them back into the country. They came in 3 batches, but there are several other Ghanaians who are hiding. Last week we spoke to John Ofori, who says that they are seeking refuge in a church. Others are hiding in garages. They've been given an assurance by the High Commissioner in South Africa that the government is working to try and evacuate them, just like what they did for the others. Now we're being told, and I'm going to read this, that the government has declined a planned state visit by South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, citing concerns over the killing of a Ghanaian national and reported xenophobic attacks targeting Ghanaians in South Africa. Last week, we had that conversation where the South Africa police had mentioned that a Ghanaian had been killed. The Foreign Affairs Ministry also released a statement that a Ghanaian had been killed, and we're asking for investigations, and further on they would repatriate the body back to the country. Now, the decision, as I mentioned, follows the death of 40-year-old Bashir Isaac, who authorities say was killed during the demonstrations linked to renewed attacks against foreign nationals in South Africa on June 30, 2026. Now, President Ramaphosa was expected to visit Ghana in the first week of August, providing an opportunity for both countries to strengthen bilateral relations and discuss measures to address concerns over the attacks targeting foreign nationals. But our sources tell us that the decision was taken due to the concerns over the safety of Ghanaians living in South Africa. So what does this really mean? Remember that a lot of people were calling out the president, Cyril Ramaphosa, to speak about the situation happened. By the few times that he spoke, many were not happy with the speeches that he put out there. Looks like it was a strengthening of the protesters, march by march, right? Or march and march. And we're going to speak to Dr. Ken Ahosu. He's Senior Research Fellow at the Legon Center for International Affairs and Diplomacy. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much for your time here on Good Afternoon, Ghana. First off, I would just want to take your initial thoughts about how Ghana's government and the Foreign Affairs Ministry has handled the situation happening in South Africa. Remember that yes, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Right. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm just asking your initial remarks of how the government of Ghana and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has handled the situation. The ministry, we know, wrote a petition to the AU about the situation. What do you make generally about how it's been handled so far?
Well, that the first question you should ask is how has the issue been handled? First and foremost, we must understand what is happening. In Africa generally, with our struggle for independence, anti-colonial struggle, there was no concept of a foreigner in Africa. Everybody was seen as an African, and that was the perspective. And when Ghana got independence, Kwame Nkrumah spent a lot of money in trying to help other South African countries, with South Africa in particular, to the extent that Kwame Nkrumah said he would militarily intervene and free South Africa, though a lot of people consider that impossible given the military might of South Africa. Yeah, but then the next thing that happened in Africa, in Ghana, was the Aliens Compliance Order. And the things you say in South Africa now were no different when there was Aliens Compliance Order in Ghana, when other West African and African countries were expelled from Ghana. Now, and we've also experienced this thing in Ghana. Presently, the phenomenon has become a universal thing, what we call the right. You see what is in Great Britain, what is happening in other European countries. It's like are worrying.
Okay. The network is not too good this afternoon. I think we've lost Doc there. We'll definitely connect back to him to get to hear from him. Doc was explaining what's happening in South Africa and how it has been handled by the government, the protesters, and generally a history on that. So we'll get back to Doc in a bit and continue with the conversation on this particular issue. And we know that Malawi has repatriated some of its citizens from South Africa. Other nationals have also done that. Ghana has done that. 3 batches came in from South Africa. The government met them at the airport, provided psychosocial support for them from the Mental Health Authority, and they were also given some allowances to help them reintegrate into the society. Remember, we also spoke to one of them here on the show, where he shared deeply his experience in South Africa. So really, as Doc was saying, many people are asking that, is this what the fight against apartheid that all of Africa contributed to, is this what it means, for South Africans, that now they are asking foreigners to leave their country and all of that? Many people have said that, well, then there should be we should do the same thing. And so businesses in South Africa, South Africans here should leave and all of that. But there are several schools of thought on how exactly the issue should be handled. Well, diplomatically, there have been concerns about how it should be, whether it should be a hard one, direct response to what is happening in South Africa or not. So as we know, that our sources mentioned to us that government has declined a visit by South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa to come into the country and have discussions over what is happening in South Africa. So we'll do that. We're live on the radio, 94.1 FM, and also live across our social media platforms on Facebook, Metro TV Ghana, also on DSTV channel 277. I am Desmond Okwekudanso. So we're getting back to Dr. Ken Ahosu in a bit, so we can continue this conversation. Doc, good to have you back. You were making a point, but we lost you there.
Hello?
Yeah, hi, Doc, I can hear you now. Please go ahead. You were making a point.
Yes, I was saying that presently we have a crisis of multilateralism, whereby the international law that that govern the international system is under a form of distress. When you look at Europe in England, for example, citizens are attacking asylum seekers. In France, we have similar things. And then we have the rise of nationalist parties which are on the scene, particularly concerned about the identity of Europe being a white continent which is being changed into multiracial issues. The issue or the problem that governments are facing is that these are the citizens who vote for them. So when you see in Europe, Reform Party, Le Pen's government party and the rest are coming full force. Now, I think this is the same dilemma that the South African government has seen. Their statements are not promoting that African identity or African unity. And given the fact that Ghana in particular has invested so much in the liberation of South Africa, the expectation was that these things should be treated in a diplomatic manner, and the citizens who are harassing the African foreigners should be treated as criminals. But then the South African government is also faced with the dilemma whereby when elections come, these are the very people who are going to vote for them. So when you listen to some of the statements that they made, they are not very decorous. And they are torn between the rock and a hard place, whether to support their citizens in order that their citizens should vote for them, or they should fall in line with the wider African solidarity. I don't think that what Ghana has done or how Ghana has reacted to this is in a form of blame. President will be blamed that why the South African president want to visit. For that matter, he has been denying that diplomatic visit. From a perspective, the South African government did not engage the Ghanaian government in a proper manner, even if they are faced with the dilemma of how to manage nationalism and then the voters or their electorate in their country. They have been in denial most of the time, saying that nothing is happening, this is that. So it's only proper that the Ghanaian government deny them a visit. When they put their house in order and come through the proper protocol, there will be chance to visit Ghana.
As you mentioned, that there's a dilemma with the South African government on what exactly they should do, whether to support their citizens. But was there no other way of properly engaging and making sure that, well, when it comes to illegalities in terms of undocumented foreigners in our country, we could find a way to go around it rather than leave it to the march protesters, as people think that the government is also supporting what they're doing?
Well, it's not a question that there is not an institutional response to illegality in South Africa. The basic issue of here is that the South African government, the black government that has taken over from the apartheid government, promised so much to its citizens, and then they've not been able to deliver. The citizens are without job, and that is the crisis globally. Though in most parts of the world, population is not increasing, the youth population is in the majority. When you look at demography in many countries, the youth are in the majority, and it's a normal that's by looking at aliens compliance order in Ghana, Nigeria, and other places.
Okay. Unfortunately, the connection is not too good. We're losing Dr. Aosu there. So we're going to end the conversation here and get Doc later so we can speak to him there. So we're speaking to Dr. Ken Ahosu, Senior Research Fellow at the Legon Center for International Affairs and Diplomacy. We're taking a break. When we come back, we're going to get back to the floods and several other issues, including nutrition, how important that is, that we need to take care of ourselves in these times as we have the floods. So stay with us. We'll be back to get into that conversation.
The pulse of a nation, rising, unshaken. When the Black Stars take the world stage, we don't just play, we bring the storm. Fuel the dream. Support the Black Stars. Storm Energy Drink. Make your mark. Excessive drinking can be detrimental to health. Not recommended for persons under 18 years, lactating mothers, pregnant women, and people sensitive to caffeine. This advert is FDA approved.
Finding my dream apartment in just 2 days was a breeze with 7terragh.com. Looking for your next home, the perfect piece of land, or the best commercial property for your business? Are you worried about sending money home for property and finding nothing when you return? Well, worry no more. 7terragh.com is just a platform to find prime lands, perfect properties, or vibrant real estate development at the click of a button. 7terragh.com is your go-to property listing platform that allows you to register, list, rent, buy or sell, and connect with correct agents. With our AI-powered smart search, personalized dashboards, verified agent connection, and interactive property maps, all your property needs have been made easier. Check us out on 7terragh.com or contact us on 0302-998-246 or 0561 032 252. 7terragh.com, powered by MNC Properties.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, a who be here, Semetra Sapapadia to a mammy mouthful. Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is so by a man swing, Nesansu Mama Hoto so a will bedroom.
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Today's class is going to be an exciting one. Now, who can share an unforgettable moment in their life? Okay, Asempa.
I'd like to talk about my first time. It was her natural look, complemented by her favorite green silky apparel that caught my attention. I have to say, she automatically possessed me with her smile, which exposed her beautiful white teeth. That's not all. Her enduring signature perfume could be smelled from afar. Madam, why do you look so surprised? My first time with her was special and irresistible. I'm talking about Cindy Rice. Cindy Rice can be found in selected supermarkets nationwide.
Cindy Rice, sweet aroma, great taste. This advert is FDA approved.
We're kicking your year off in all her glory. With more, because we got you.
You get it?
You know that we got kicks, we got scores, we got action, we got roars. It's my specialty. We got drama, we got fun. We got more for everyone. With an upgrade on us, just for you. More channels, more shows, more reasons to stay.
We got you.
DSTV, we got you all the way.
so much for staying with us here on Good Afternoon Ghana with me, Desmond Okreko-Danso. We're live on 94.1 FM and also on DSTV channel 277. We're getting into another conversation, and this time we're talking about nutrition. Very, very important part of our lives. And we're speaking to a registered dietitian and a member of the Ghana Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, Hannah Santis, joining us here. We get to talk about the academy. There's something that I'm sure many of us do not know. That is the National Nutrition Month. We'll talk about that, and then we'll talk about nutrition in our homes, food safety on the market in our communities, and all of that. Because what we take into our bodies in terms of food should be one that we take keen interest in, because at the end of the day, you could end up in a hospital for that, right? So we need to talk about that. So Hannah is here with us. Hannah, good afternoon. Thank you so much for coming and being part of the program today. But first off, give us an overview of the academy, Ghana Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics.
Good afternoon. So GAND is the Ghana Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, and is the professional body that represents all registered nutritionists and dietitians in the country.
Okay.
And is responsible for regulating all our activities and advocating for nutrition, ensuring that every Ghanaian has the right information when it comes to nutrition, and building all the professionals up to give optimal nutrition and counseling and nutrition education in our hospitals. We want to ensure that every practitioner is built enough to give every individual in the country quality nutrition services in all our hospitals, in all our facilities, and in giving proper education when it comes to what every Ghanaian should know about nutrition. GAND is the professional body that represents all nutritionists and all dietitians in the country, and there are a lot of activities that is done by GAN to ensure that this standard is met. Our optimal goal is that every Ghanaian receives optimal nutrition care. We are moving from the individualized nutrition even to personalized nutrition. We are ensuring that everyone that meets us, any registered dietitian or nutritionist, has the best services when it comes to nutrition and dietetics.
Right, that's good. Now we have an idea about the academy. So for a registered dietitian or nutritionist, I'm sure there are two different things.
Yes.
Do help us with the breakdown, the understanding of that. What does a nutritionist do? And same for a dietitian. Are they the same? Do they have overlapping duties or responsibilities? Just share with us.
All right, thank you very much. Yes, so GAND, as I said, is in charge of all registered nutritionists and dietitians, which shows that we have two groups that are together, right? Yes, so a dietitian is mostly a clinical nutritionist. That means that a dietitian is mostly focused on the clinical aspect of the nutrition, right? It doesn't take the nutritionist out, but the dietitian is focused on the clinical aspects of the nutritionist and of nutrition. When we talk about nutrition in the hospital, there are some detailed obligations that are delegated to the dietitian, because the dietitian has been trained to offer clinical nutrition to a certain point. However, the nutritionist is also specialized in giving clinical nutrition, but mostly we see nutrition for preventive care and for community care. But both of us are involved and we work together. We are one group and we work together to ensure that everyone in the country receive optimal nutrition, right? So nutrition is broad, and for a nutritionist, the nutritionist has the ability to act in all other aspects of nutrition. But a dietitian is a clinical nutritionist. That means that specializes in offering nutrition care in various areas of health. So the dietitian works most closely in ICUs and other places, but a nutritionist is also specialized in offering nutrition care and mostly in preventive care.
Right. So many, I don't know for many people, but I wouldn't say I've intentionally said I'm looking for a dietitian or a nutritionist. Is it that you're hidden, that many people are not aware, about what dietitians and nutritionists do?
Oh, we are available in almost every hospital.
Okay.
Yes, and we have most nutritionists on the media. We have some registered nutritionists on the media. We have to be very careful when we are talking about it because.
So registered nutritionists and dietitians.
Yes, because there are some people out there that are not registered, and we should be careful about listening to them because it's not every information that is valid. But for a registered nutritionist, we have some on the media. We find ourselves in the food services. Okay, we regulate the kind of nutrients that are included in the foods we eat. Right, so in the food industries, we find dietitians and we find nutritionists around to help in the regulation. And we are mostly, as I said, in the hospital, and we are involved in advocacy services, and we are in academia as well in doing research to find out what food is good for the country, to find out how we can regulate some of the international standards to our national standards to ensure that Ghana has its own base nutrition. So we recently brought out the food-based dietary guideline, and then we brought out foods that Ghanaians can take to stay healthy. Right, so we brought out all these things to help Ghanaians stay healthy.
So if I come to you as a dietitian, I need you to help me out. What exactly would you be asking from me?
Oh, that is very individualized.
Okay.
Yes, so we do individualized care, and even now we are moving from individualized care to personalized care. And so when you meet a dietitian, it's not the general thing of eat this, eat that, or we don't give general. We have individualized care. That means that we take care of you as the person based on your needs. So we do assessments. When you come, we do assessments. We run labs. So it's not just meeting us and we are telling you to eat this or that. But when you meet a registered dietitian, a registered dietitian is trained to give you the quality of service. That means that they run with evidence. We do something called evidence-based nutrition practice. That means that we run with evidence. So we don't just give you, maybe you heard something generally in town, everybody should eat this must not be eaten. But when you meet a dietitian, we tailor it to your specific needs. Yeah.
Right, so then let's tailor it for someone like me who's been going to the gym, and what I've been going. Please, I am giving an example for someone like me who's been going to the gym. What foods would you ask of me to? Because now it's also one of the things, because a lot of people are going to the gym, lots of people are doing yoga and all of those things to stay fit. But then when it comes to what exactly should be eating to help with that, it is another thing. If you could just share.
When you meet a registered dietitian, the registered dietitian will not go ahead to tell you eat this because you are going to the gym, because that is just 1% of the assessment. But when you meet a registered dietitian, as I said, it's individualized care. There are some labs that the registered dietitian will make you run. There are some questions that are very personalized that the registered dietitian will ask you, and there are some breakdown assessments that will be done. By the end of the assessments, the dietitian will get to know, and we diagnose individuals. So just like the medical doctor will diagnose you, we diagnose you, we give nutrition prescriptions, and then that's where we take you from. So if I meet you and I just begin to tell you to eat that, that might be a general counsel, but that might not be the standard. And because we are on the media and a lot of people are watching us, I would not like to give general counsel because I know what we can do with general information. So it has
to be a personalized one, where you get to understand from me what I've been eating, how long, all of those things.
So that is why it's important that everyone meet a dietitian and a nutritionist. I mean a registered dietitian and a registered nutritionist.
How often should that happen?
Oh, as many times as you can meet a dietitian. Based on when you meet a dietitian, the dietitian will assess you, and then you get to know the plan. So you get to know based on your what you want, your target, your goal. The dietitian will look at everything, and we don't just give things because of people wanting to just lose weight or people wanting to just gain weight, right? But because of health concerns, we would look at everything, and then we give the necessary assessment and then the necessary prescriptions.
Right. So let's talk about you said there was a research on the national nutrition scale, for the country. What has been found? What's the general trend for Ghanaians when it comes to diets and nutrition?
So there's been a number of research, and then the food-based dietary guideline that came out helped to present Ghanaians with the optimal way of eating. And we have the eat fruit and vegetables, we have the exercise regularly, we have drink enough water. These are some of the basic things that when you do, you keep your body in shape and you are able to help with the breakdown of the nutrients and everything that you've taken in to get optimal health, right? So we have not taking too much alcohol, we have resting enough. Okay, so the food-based dietary guideline is online. Everybody can access it. It's based on Ghanaian foods and it's tailored for every Ghanaian. So we can all access it online, have a look at it, look at the requirements that are given to us and some of the recommendations. So there are a number of recommendations that has been given. Yeah, that we need to eat daily fruits, daily vegetables, high fiber diets, and reduce salt intake, reduce sugar intake, reduce intake of sugar sweetened beverages, ensure that we are having enough rest. So we have the core recommendations there and the general recommendations that are all available for every Ghanaian, and it has been tailored for a Ghanaian. Yeah.
Let's talk about the National Nutrition Month. What exactly is that?
Yeah, so GAND is celebrating the National Nutrition Month with the theme Food Safety, Everyone's Responsibility.
Food safety, everyone's responsibility.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And the focus is to make every Ghanaian understand that when it comes to food safety, it's not just about that one person that prepared the meal for you, but from farm to fork. We are saying that from everyone, from the farmer who started the process of farming the food till the plates you are eating in. So we say farm to fork.
Okay.
Okay, so the food gets there. Okay. It's the responsibility of everyone on the chain to make sure that there is food safety. Okay, so everyone on the chain is responsible for this.
Okay, right. So that's what it's our responsibility.
Yeah.
Everybody's. So that's the month of July.
Yes.
Okay. And what would you be doing as activities?
Yeah. So there are lots of activities that Gandhi is doing. We are doing community-based education. We are training vendors to teach them how to personalize personal hygiene and how to take care of the food, how to cover food, how to ensure that the food is in the optimal temperature for the consumer. There are school educations going on. GAND is also doing radio and TV advocacies and education to ensure that every Ghanaian gets to know their role in food safety, right? There's a lot of activities are being done by Ghana to ensure that every individual, everyone in Ghana gets to know about food safety, to understand food safety, and to know their role in food safety.
Okay, right. So, if you just today, we're speaking to Hannah Asante about the National Nutrition Month, and we're getting into food safety, the conversation. Food safety in our homes. Okay, well, let's begin from the markets. That's where we get the foods. Many of us get to the market and we just want to buy and go home, not taking into consideration where we're buying the food and all of those things. What can you share with us from your thoughts?
Okay, so it's important that when we get to the market, especially after purchasing, we make sure that we don't mix our food with any other products that we've obtained from the market. You don't mix our food with insecticides, with soap or any other product. Make sure that we package them separately, right? And when you get to the market, you make sure that you check food labels when you are purchasing food. Make sure you check your expiry dates. You make sure you check the time, how you are supposed to store the food. You make sure you check the food list, okay, to ensure that you will find out what is in the food. That's one of the things that Ghanaians, we have to pay attention to. So authority and those in charge of regulating our foods have done their best to ensure that every food is labeled, and on the food label they put down all that we need to know as citizens, so that we are responsible for what we eat. So it is our responsibility to read what is on the food label to ensure that we know that this food is high in sugar, this food is high in salt, this food has a lot of fat, to make decisions for ourselves. So it's important that every Ghanaian reads food labels, and then we should also check the containers of food or the corners of food to ensure that they are not rusted. Right, so when you get to the market, make sure that you pay attention to all these things. You don't just go for food, but you make sure you pay attention to the food you are purchasing and how you are packaging it as you are coming back.
You're talking about labels, but when we buy our vegetables, the tomatoes and all of the other things, we're buying the wole and all the other things. How do we handle that also?
Yeah, so we have to be careful in inspecting our food. Okay, so when we get to the market, we don't just purchase because maybe of the price or anything, but we have to ensure that we've taken a very good critical look at our foods, especially our vegetables. Right, we should be very careful. You should make sure that the vegetable is in the state that is good. At least if you look at the vegetable and you can see that it's not in the right state, please avoid purchasing. Okay, and then if you smell it and you realize that it's not in the right state, we can actually see that the vegetable or what we are purchasing is not in the right state. Let's not consider only the amount, but let's consider the quality of the food that we are purchasing.
Right, so that is important. So from the markets, we bring it to our homes to prepare, and then we can eat. What do we do in our homes also?
So we have to make sure that we wash our hands very well before we handle food. We have to ensure that food is well cooked, and we should make sure that we call something cross-contamination. It doesn't happen in our kitchen, because in handling food in our kitchen, sometimes we handle raw foods that have some microorganisms, and we put fresh foods on the same items that we handle the raw food on, which causes cross-contamination. That means that microorganisms are able to move from the raw foods to the fresh foods because of how we handle it. So we should be very careful how we handle foods in preparing them, right? And make sure that our foods are well cooked, so that we know that we get the food in its well-nourished and hygienic states.
Okay, right. So that's very important. Thank you very much for the education. Any other thing you want to add before we wrap up with the convo?
GAND is also inviting all its members to its 3rd annual conference, which is happening 4th to 7th of August at Tamale. We want to see every nutritionist and every dietitian there. We are going to learn about some new guidelines. We are going to hear from ourselves on some new research that has been done to help us give the nation and our communities the best service. So every member should be present for CONT 2026. We are all going together. We are going to connect, learn together, and build up together. Together, we will be able to give Ghanaians the best nutrition and dietetic services.
Right, Hannah, thank you so much for coming. And is there any official channel that anybody watching can connect to the academy?
Yes, GAND official pages and GAND official channels are all available. You have to just type GAND official, and we are live on all channels, and we are teaching a lot of good things. If you need any information on nutrition, GAND official channels are the best place to go, because we give evidence-based information, right? So make sure you connect with us on all official channels, GAND official, GAND, GAND official channels, and you get all the best nutrition and dietetic information you need.
Thank you so much for coming, Hannah Asante. She is a member of the Ghana Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, and we've been talking about the National Nutrition Month. Very important that we all take care of ourselves, especially with what we eat. We're taking a break. When we come back, we've been doing the predict and win, asking you to predict the games we've been showing here for the FIFA World Cup, and you could win yourself a phone from EBA Phones. And so we're going to have that done after the break. So stay with us. We'll be back shortly.
Chicken. Yeah, you know what to do. Parents, guardians, your Saturdays are about to be beautiful, exciting, and entertaining on Metro TV. You are going to enjoy what is called massive home entertainment with Funny Face. I am back again, children. We are about to celebrate in your schools. We are about to dance in your schools. We are about to do everything we'll do in your schools. You will enjoy, I will enjoy, neighbors will enjoy, everybody will enjoy. Children, be ready. We are going to do chicken, cow and chicken, cow and chicken. You just flap your armpit, open it, flap it, open, flap. Yeah. You see me in your school, you just open your armpit and you flap it. Chicken, that's all. You know what to do. My brother, got it.
Time with the Children's President, coming soon on Metro TV. In a time where noise is loud, but clarity is rare, one program is changing the conversation. Welcome to the Intelligence Desk. This is not a talk show. This is a working studio. Each week, we break down the biggest national and global issues From AI and digital transformation to trade, jobs, governance, and national competitiveness, and turn complexity into practical, usable knowledge. Sharp questions, structured thinking, real solutions built live on air. With resident resource person Dr. David King Boyson, the show moves beyond commentary, designing frameworks, mapping strategies, and holding decision makers accountable. From the big issue briefing to the strategy lab to the innovation and opportunity board, every episode delivers tools you can use. If you care about Ghana's future, if you value clarity over chaos, if you believe leadership requires intelligence, then this is your desk. The Intelligence Desk, hosted by RSM Kofi Dole Lawson on Metro TV, where Ghana thinks forward.
Accra, get ready. The Stars are coming back to your city. This July, the 5th All-Star Festival takes over the University of Ghana Stadium for a full day of football, entertainment, business, and family fun. Meet your favorite stars at special fun engagements and clinics. Shop from hundreds of vendors. Enjoy performances from top entertainers. Connect with sports and business leaders at the Sports Business Series. Then, witness the main event, the star-studded All-Star Game, featuring international football stars from Ghana and beyond, from 10 a.m. until the after party. More than 10,000 people will come together for the biggest community football festival of the FIFA Football World Cup season. Tickets are just 50 Ghana cedis, with VIP going for 100 Ghana cedis only. Available now at eagletickets.com. For more information, call 0531 533 563. The All-Star Festival. The stars are coming. Be there.
Welcome back from the break. We're getting into our final conversation, and this time we've been telling you about the FIFA World Cup and bringing you all the action right here on Metro TV. In fact, all the Ignite Media platforms, Metro TV, Original TV, and also Original 91.9 FM. And we've been doing some things that we told you we would do. We did not let you down. We did not fake it. Proper things we're doing here on Metro TV, and so we would get to talk about that, and for the games ahead, what we have coming up for you. Dennis joins me here, and then we talk about what's been happening. Dennis, welcome to the program.
Thanks.
The World Cup.
Yeah.
Now Ghana is out, so the energy goes down small, but it's still part of it. But when we began, we told viewers that we've got something special coming up for them, and over the past weeks I've seen that we've been doing that. Share that with us.
Charlie, we've just been sharing iPhones. We've been giving out iPhones. People have been winning iPhones. It's just been an iPhone FIFA World Cup.
Right.
And that's exactly what has been happening here.
So an iPhone FIFA World Cup. Who is asking me that? Where is his own? Did you for A-house people we are not part.
Yes, we are not part of it.
So we can't do anything. Yes. But how has the process been? In fact, I'm excited that today you came in. There's a gentleman who's been calling me all day since last weekend that he predicted right with the Ghana-Colombia game and all of that. But what's the process like, so people will know that it's not manipulated, it's fair, it's a process that it goes through. Share with us,
so
right?
Once you take your phone and then you dial the short code *920 *192#. All right, you get the prompt, you follow the prompt, and then you select the quantity of predictions you want to do. So if it is 10, you are choosing 10. If it is 5, you're choosing 5. If it is 40, you're choosing 40. So the gentleman who called you that he predicted correctly and then he has not been called to win the prize, or he has not been awarded a prize, it is because somebody selected more predictions than him.
Okay.
Someone selected more than him.
So it's the more.
So the more predictions you do, the quantity you select, the more your chances of winning the iPhone.
Okay.
All right. So the Ghana-Colombia match, you may have about 20 people or 50 or 100 people getting it right, but the one with the highest prediction is the one who gets to walk away with the iPhone.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So the more you do it,
yes,
the more your chances.
The more your chances
of winning.
The more.
And so, how many have we given out so far?
So far we've given 4 iPhones.
4
iPhones is gone.
Charlie.
Okay. The first one went to Hamdia here in Accra. The second one, a gentleman came from Cape Coast.
Okay.
Prince. The third one, Lydia from North Legon, and the fourth one was just last week, Abigail.
Okay.
She took the iPhone. And then her story is very interesting. So she went to living room at East Legon where our radio team was doing the activation. And then before the match, the radio team was talking about the predict and win. And she was telling the husband, she said, let's try it. So the husband said, okay, we should do it. The husband got it wrong. She got it right. And then she got the iPhone.
Okay, so she got an iPhone. So we've given out 4.
Yes, 4 iPhones.
4 more. And
yes.
if you can see on the desk,
yes.
This will be for the Ghana.
This one is for the next phase.
The next sets that we are. Okay.
Phase of the competition.
Right.
Yes.
So we are not done giving out the iPhones. There's more that's coming up. So, Donny, so what's happening? What next do we have in terms of the games and what people will be predicting about?
Okay. So the next phase we are focused on the end of the tournament.
Okay.
Okay. So we want the public to be involved in the predict and win and get to walk away with the iPhone simply by predicting who gets to win the golden boot.
Okay.
Okay, so predicting right, the person who wins the golden boot, which is the
most goals,
okay, gets to walk away with the iPhone. You need to select a high number of predictions to stand your chances of winning. And then the person who predicts also correctly the player of the tournament.
Yeah.
The player of the tournament. If you're also able to get that correctly, you get to win an iPhone. And then the final of finals, the final match, if you're able to predict the score correctly, you get to win an iPhone as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. So we're moving away from the
Ghana
match day games.
Yes.
Right. The next set of phones to be given out will be given out based on the predictions of who becomes the best player of the tournament. Who wins the golden boot? That is the highest score of the tournament.
Yes.
Now we have 7. Messi has 7. Haaland has 7. Mbappe has 7. So you could predict whoever would score more goals to win the golden boot. Messi has 7. Mbappe has 7. Haaland also has 7 goals there. And then you should also be able to predict the correct score for the final
match.
Yes. That is the 2 teams will get to the final and the correct score line, right? So that is what we'll be doing.
And then the player of the tournament.
And then the player of the tournament. So all you need to do is to dial star 920 star 192 hash. Star 920. Okay.
Star
920 star 192 hash.
Yes.
Right. So that is the code. You dial that, you follow the prompt, and as many as you can do, you could win for yourself.
Yes. So one prediction will cost you just 5 Ghana cedis.
Oh, one prediction is 5 cedis?
Yes. So you can actually use 5 Ghana cedis and win an iPhone. Okay. But you have to choose the one with the more quantity. So you can choose like 10. So 10 will cost you like, let's say, 50 cedis.
Okay.
Okay. So you just dial the code, you follow the prompt, follow the steps, and then you are good to go.
Right. So star 920
star
192 hash. Predict and win for yourself the 3 of the iPhones left, and then that's it.
Yeah.
And this is brought to us by
EBA Phones.
EBA Phones, right? EBA Phones helping us out with this. Thank you so much, EBA Phones, for partnering with us on this one. So predict and win the FIFA World Cup 2026. Dennis, thank you so much for coming. 4 iPhones given out already, and then we have 3 more to go. Predict who will be the best player of the tournament. Predict the Golden Boot winner, and then predict the 2 teams that will get into the final. Thank you.
Okay, but then the phones are being given by IMG. Metro TV, Original TV, and Original FM.
Okay.
We are the ones giving out the
So we're giving that out from RCA Metro TV, Original TV, and Original 91.9 FM. This is where we'll wrap up the show. Dennis, thank you so much for coming and talking about this. So you can win for yourself an iPhone.
Sure.
So this afternoon, we're bringing to you the game between Argentina and Egypt. Egypt, one of the teams we're hoping would keep Africa in there, and then we also have Argentina after a very tight one. So Dennis is okay. So that's it. Argentina will play Egypt, and that is at 4 p.m. and we're bringing to you that live here on all our platforms: Metro TV, Original TV, and Original 91.9 FM. Many thanks for watching. My name is Desmond Okwe.
Metro TV, insightful and inspiring moments.
In a time where noise is loud but clarity is rare, one program is changing the conversation. Welcome to the Intelligence Desk. This is not a talk show. This is a working studio. Each week, we break down the biggest national and global issues from AI and digital sharp questions, structured thinking, real solutions built live on air. With resident resource person Dr. David King Boyson, the show moves beyond commentary, designing frameworks, mapping strategies, and holding decision tree. Designing frameworks, mapping strategies, and holding decision makers accountable. From the big issue briefing to the strategy lab to the innovation and opportunity board, every episode delivers tools you can use. If you care about Ghana's future, if you value clarity over chaos, if you believe leadership requires intelligence, then this is your desk. The Intelligence Desk, hosted by RSM Kofi Dole Lawson on Metro TV, where Ghana thinks forward.
Every Thursday morning, the spirit of the school come alive. From the marching bands to the dining halls, the fear and the panic stories, the convoys to old students' pride, to unforgettable homecoming moments. Metro TV brings you the school's homecoming show live. Relive the glory, celebrate the legacies, reconnect with the memories that shape legends like you. The celebrations, the anniversaries, the homecoming activities, and the legacy projects that you embark in your school. The Metro TV School's Homecoming Show comes to you every Thursday from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. live on Metro TV. This is the School's Homecoming Show live on Metro TV.
I'm Kwaba Samuel of Custom Looks, the maker of the fan jersey, and make sure you are watching the World Cup on Metro TV!
Catch every moment loud and live on Metro TV, Original TV, and Original 91.9 FM.
Go Black Stars, go all the way till the end, to victory. We'll keep on cheering you until you have the trophy in your hands. Go Black Stars all the way. Football, it unites all of us. There is no escape from the medium of football. It unites all Ghanaian, it unites all Africa. And this time we are praying for Africa to make an impact, starting with Ghana leading the way. So watch it and support the Black Stars all the way. If your choice is Metro TV, good for you.
Catch every moment loud and live on Metro TV, Original TV, and Original 91.9 FM.
Metro TV, insightful and inspiring moments.
The world's biggest football festival is here, and Ghana is watching together. This June, the Ghana TV Consortium brings you the FIFA World Cup 2026 live and free to air on GTV, Joy Prime, GTV Sports Plus, Adum TV, Wazo TV, Metro TV, UTV, Original TV, Garden City TV, Obono TV, GH1 TV, Ago TV, Onya TV, TV3, Max TV, and Sporty TV. 3 host countries, 48 teams, 1 unforgettable tournament. Follow every moment of the Ghana Black Stars journey, every rivalry, every goal, and every celebration. Enjoy crystal clear high-definition broadcast with expert local analysis and the passion only Ghanaian broadcasters can deliver. From the opening whistle to the crowning of champions, your football home is right here. The FIFA World Cup 2026. One nation, one consortium. Ghana TV Consortium, bringing you the best of the World Cup. Brought to you by Sportybet, Star Oil, MTN, Pepsodent, Kivo, Polytech, Lavance Tomato Mix, and Heaven Insecticide Spray.